did I put in the key?
The Blazers and the Kings ready for some ACBL action. Same teams as last Thursday, but a new ballpark. Moody Park is our home for tonight's matchup between the first place Blazers and the third place Kings. The Kings currently, lead the Metro. So the first place Blazers and the second place Kings. The Kings trying to hold on to that second spot. Aaron Ornstein, joined by my partner Jason O'Connell for a top two matchup of ACBL baseball and Wolf Division. Jason, what do the Kings have to do tonight to take down the 13th straight game unbeaten Blazers?
They really just have to capitalize on any chance that these Blazers pitchers give them with walks or in the field errors. As we've seen all season, the Blazers have probably the best pitching staff in this Wolf division, if not the whole ACBL. So they won't give you a lot of chances. So when you get them, you have to take them and drive in the runners that they give you on base from walks and errors.
And as you mentioned, you look at this team's ERA 2.50. That's about a half a run better than the second place team out of the entire ACBL, whether it's the Wolf Division or Kaiser Division. This team is coming off an incredible pitching performance, a no hitter, not one of those 7 inning no hitters that we saw the Kings against the Gens last week, but a 9 inning no hitter. Valenti, Joe Valenti's ERA now down to 0.23, on the season. Cole Hertzler, the Mini Otani, the star on the mound, the star at the plate, finished it off going the final 1 2/3 innings. And this team is rolling 13 straight games that they've been unbeaten. But of course, last time these two teams played, doubleheader on Thursday, the Blazers got the best of the Kings in game one, 7-2, but game two was a wild one, a 5-5 tie.
Yeah, crazy game in that second game, going past what we thought would be 11 p.m. rule. We thought we weren't going to start in, and then we went into the ninth as we weren't 100% sure what that rule was from either side. So then we saw Luke Lesh came out, strike out the side, but not enough to get it done to get the win from the bottom of the end from the Kings. But then that's a crazy game going 9 innings when you only see, as you know, 7 inning games in the doubleheaders.
And this is where the standings lie. The Blazers have already clinched the top two spot. They're the favorite to get that number one spot. Right now, they sit 26-5-1, 85 points. 12 points behind them are the Kings, 19-4. They've won 7 of their last 10 with one tie in there. And of course, the Metro is at third, 20-12. They're 1 point behind the Kings. And this is how it is. If the Kings can win their final 4 games, the Metros will have to win 4 of their last 6 games or win 3 and tie 1 in order to jump the Kings in the standings and therefore get that second place seed, which would be a first round bye. So the Kings have a lot on the line here. The Blazers all but locked up that number 1 seed. And tell us about our starting pitcher today for the Kings, Jason.
So coming in today for the Kings, Jason Hoops, going to be a redshirt junior at Rutgers. And as a redshirt sophomore season, 10 innings pitched only, but 6.30 ERA. But turned it around in his ACBL season with 14 innings pitched and a .64 ERA. In addition to that, 25 strikeouts. So in this summer league, he's really been fanning batters, working with his off speed and his fastball. So a great overall season so far for Hoops as they look to continue today.
And you look at this Blazers lineup, of course, a lot of big names, a few all-stars in that lineup, leading off Riley Davis playing second base, Tommy Fagioni in the two-hole, center field, Owen Petrich will be the DH batting fourth, is Cole Hertzler, the first baseman, Carter Jagiela in the 5 spot playing catcher, batting sixth, Sean Zestowicki at shortstop, batting seventh, Eric Chandler, who had a great play in order to do a game-saving play in game 2 of the doubleheader last Thursday. He'll be playing third base, Jackson Schallenberger in the 8 spot, in right field, and R.J. Huth rounding out the lineup in left, and we'll tell you about the pitcher Jake Reese, who is on the mound for the Quakertown Blazers in the bottom half. So Jason Hoops on the mound as we get underway. Davis digs into the box on the left side, and a big one tonight, especially for the Kings, trying to knock off the Blazers' nearly over 2-week unbeaten streak at 13 games. Davis, the Lehigh product, takes strike one.
In that first game of the doubleheader on Sunday, Davis was 1 for 4 with a single. In that second game, he came in to pitch hit, had a hit by pitch and 2 strikeouts.
And the pitch, right down the middle, and quick 0-2 count. And that's one of the keys to these pitchers, especially Jason Hoops, who was arguably an all-star snub. getting ahead in the count. 0-2 on Davis, who's coming off a nice year at Lehigh. The pitch fouled back, and the count remains 0-2. Hit just under 300 and 44 games started. Did have a bit of a strikeout problem, struck out 50 times, but got on base on just under 400 on base clip. And the 0-2 from Hoops. High and outside, the count moves to 1-2. Davis really made leaps from his freshman year over at Lehigh, where he was batting an even 237 games started. The 1-2, just high in the count, now even at 2.
Yeah, Hoops trying to catch that top inside corner of the strike zone in these last two pitches to strike out Davis, but hasn't been able to hit it.
And the pitch just outside, and the count now moves full. So Davis, after falling behind 0-2, has worked the count to full.
Yeah, continues to try to work the edges, this time in the lower edge, but unable to hit. But if you're going to miss, it's there. You don't want to leave something over the plate.
And the 3-2 up high, and a leadoff walk for the Blazers, and that's not something you see often from Jason. He's only allowed a couple of walks this year, and that's been the problem for the Kings all season long, allowing too many free passes. And Hoops on the season, he's only walked a handful of batters, and that one could prove crucial. So Davis on first now after the leadoff walk. Tommy Fagioni at the plate. And the pitch catches the outside part of the plate. And the count now 0-1.
Saw Fagioni showed bunt for a second, so maybe not the worst idea. Get a quick runner in scoring position to possibly get a run to start off the game if next batter and pitchers can bring him home.
And the pitch fouled back, and the count now 0-2. So once again, Hoops, the right-hander, gets ahead in the count. Now Fagioni hit .289 at Alvernia College back in the spring. Metuchen, New Jersey, and attended St. Joe's Metuchen. The 0-2 swung on and missed. So a 3-pitch strikeout to Fagioni will bring up the always hot-hitting Owen Petrich.
As you mentioned, Petrich, probably the hottest hitter in this league so far, not just the Wolf Division.
And Davis goes, the pitch outside to throw down the second. Sliding in safely is Davis ahead of the tag, and now a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And all Petrich has to do is line one to left, center, right, and that will score the speedy Davis.
Yeah, and he can absolutely do that. As last game, we saw last time we faced him, we saw a lot of hard hit balls from him in his at bats.
And the pitch finds the plate, and the count now 1-1. It's interesting. Petrich hitting just under 400 coming into today, leads the ACBL multiple categories where it's OPS, slugging percentage, RBIs, hits, runs, but did not see any playing time at Delaware in the spring. The pitch outside, and the count now 2-1.
Yeah, just a freshman there in the spring, so this season could possibly catch his coach's eye and get him some more playing time in his sophomore year, 2023.
And the 2-1. There goes the runner, Davis, outside and high. A throw down the third. Skips into the outfield, and Davis will score. So the speed of Davis scores the first run for the Blazers, and there's 1-0 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, and a tough throw there by Stosh Pogrossi, who is not usually behind the plate for this Kings team. You normally need Shepard or one of the DiMucci brothers, so maybe not used to playing behind the plate in a while.
And now the 3-1 swung on and missed a big hack from Petrich, moves the count to full. And that is one of the notable absences in this Kings lineup today. Matt Shepard hitting over 500 on the ACBL season. Not here tonight. And thus Stosh Pokrovsky behind the plate. A pitch fouled away, and the count remains full. Cole Hertzler, the two-way player, stands on deck. And the 3-2. Popped up foul down the right side.
Great battle here between a great pitcher and a great hitter going into a full count, and they're just waiting to see which one will give in first.
Petrich has big pop, 11 homers on the season. Fouls one back. And we saw last Thursday in the doubleheader hit one in game one, one in game two, tying the franchise record for the Blazers with 11 home runs, equaling Pat Kelly, the ex-Yankees record, set in 1987. And the 3-2 on the way. Fouled back again. And this is a big battle that we wanted to see, and we're getting one right here between Hoops, the Rutgers product, having a nice season on the mound here in the summer, and then Petrich, one of the hottest hitters in the ACBL. And the 3-2 from Hoops. Off-speed pitch, grounded over the third. Decker has it, throws to first in time for the second out of the inning.
Great job creating weak contact there, Hoops, and not letting Petrich drive a ball and getting the ground out to finish that long at bat.
Now Cole Hertzler will stand in at the plate, hitting just over 300 on the season. 4 homers, 23 RBIs. 4 homers, ranked second on the team, of course, behind Petrich's 11. And the pitch, off speed, catches the outside part of the plate, and the count 0-1.
Yeah, and Hertzler made the All-Star game as an infielder, but if he had a little more work on the mound this season, only 9 innings pitched in a 1 earned run, maybe could have made as both an infielder and a pitcher if he kept up his momentum on the mound.
The count now 0-2. Hoops once again getting ahead in the count. And the 0-2. Outside and low, the count now 1-2. And Hertzler tied for 5th in the ACBL in RBIs at 23. So it's 26 hits. Just outside the top 10 in average. And the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. Hertzler doesn't like it. Hoops will take it, but not before the Blazers tack on 1 in the top of the first. They lead 1-0 as the Kings come to bat in the home half. You're watching ACBL action on NJ College Baseball Nation. And we welcome you back here to the home half of the first inning. Jake Reese on the mound. And this bottom half of the first inning is brought to you by Anzac Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Anzac Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is the proud title sponsor of Kings Baseball, located on Market Street in Gloucester City. Anzac Plumbing has been a trusted name in the industry for 9 decades. Call Anzac Plumbing for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs at 856-475-6832. Again, 856-475-6832. Jason, why don't you tell us about the left-hander on the mound, Jake Reese for the Blazers?
Yeah, Jake Reese is one of the second pitcher in this 1-2 combo that the Blazers have. As we mentioned, Joe Vitelli earlier. Jake Reese is second in the league in ERA as his teammate is first, and the rising senior going to Alvernia, as I mentioned, has a 1.33 ERA and 27 innings pitched, as well as 26 strikeouts. And his performance so far this season got him to the All-Star game about a week ago.
And Bokrovsky leads things off, running down the lineup quickly for the Kings. Bokrovsky, Baker, Lesh, Stosh Bokrovsky, Mike Decker, Swenda, Declusion, Conklin, and Taylor. rounds out the Kings lineup. Now the 1-0. Lined into center, coming in is Fagioni, and he makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, that's what we want to do as a hitter. Hit it up the middle, just right to the center fielder for Johnny, as that happens sometimes when you make good contact on the ball.
Now Chris Baker, the Washington College grad, stands in at the plate. Baker with 2 big home runs last night. And the pitch inside, part of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, going into last night, he was tied for the team league in homers, but those 2 long balls put him at the lead for the team with 6 and second in the ACBL.
And the pitch inside part of the plate, and the count now 0-2. Baker, 329 average last year at Washington College in the spring. The pitch outside and high, and the count now 1-2. Also got on base at an over 400 clip. Trying to get on base to start things off here in the bottom of the first. Then the 1-2. Fly ball into the alley and left. A long run is Fagioni, and then one hops the wall. Baker into second. He'll stay there. And a 1-out double. So Chris Baker gets things started for the Kings here in the home half of the first.
Yeah, great drive there in that perfect spot that is very unreachable from both the left fielder and center fielder. And Baker was coming around pretty fast around that second base, looking like he might have been able to stretch it to third, but the ball being in the left field definitely would have been a risky play to try to advance to third.
And that's the thing about playing in the spacious Moody Park. If they're at home in West Deptford, their normal field, which has been shut down the rest of the ACBL season due to renovations, if that's at Union Field in West Deptford, that might be a home run. But here, playing in the spacious Moody Park, one hopped to the wall at 370 feet away from home plate. That did not clear the fence, and instead, the Blazers luck out, and it's a 1-out double instead of a solo shot. Now, Luke Lesh at the plate, the 1-0. Check swing foul.
Yeah, wanted to hold back there on that one. Just got too much power on the swing, and as you saw, it definitely crossed the plane.
And Lesh, another hitter for the Kings, having a nice season at the plate. Just about 300. Swung on and missed in the count. Now 1-2.
And he had one of the 5 homers that the Kings hit yesterday, hitting a 2-run shot.
Excuse me, the count actually 1-1. Baker over at second, so Pokrovsky led off the home half, flew out to center. And count actually is 1-2. Scoreboard now changed. The pitch inside and low, and the count now 2-2. Chris Baker, of course, with the double, and Lesh a big RBI opportunity here. And we saw in Game 2 of the doubleheader last Thursday, the Kings fell behind quickly, 2-0 deficit in the first, and they came back and responded with 2 of their own in the home half. They'll look to respond to the Blazers' 1 run in the top half with a run of their own. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Reese gets Lesh to go down swinging for out number 2.
Yeah, Lesh looked a little lost up there in that bat, swinging at a few pitches that he was fooled at with some movement, it looked like, from Reese.
Now Stosh Pokrovsky, the other Pokrovsky brother, will stand in at the plate. Made the error in the home half of the first that allowed the runner Davis to score. Pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate, and the count 0-1. Jason Stosh coming off a nice game last night.
Yeah, came in to pitch hit in that game and hit a home run in his one and only at bat. So great job coming off the bench and getting the hot hands to the ball.
And the 0-1. Fly ball into shallow right field. Under it is Davis, and he makes the catch. The Kings threaten but do not score. We head to the top half of the second. The Blazers lead 1-0 between the top 2 teams in the Wolf Division. You're watching ACBL action on NJ College Baseball Nation. The right-hander Hoops back on the mound for inning number 2. He heads to the top half of the second inning. Top half of the second inning is brought to you by Roher and Vale Real Estate. Roher and Vale Real Estate is a proud sponsor of Kings Baseball, your South Jersey source for real estate. Go to rohervale.com or call Chapman Vale at 856-571-5336. Again, 856-571-5336. Carter Jagiela will lead things off for the Blazers. Jagiela, Zestowicki, and Chandler do up for Quakertown.
Looking back at that last inning, those are one of the chances I said the Kings would have to capitalize on. 1 out, and there's a runner gets on second from that double from Baker, but 2 quick outs from Reese to shut down the Kings offense in that first inning. So see if they get any more chances and that they'll be able to try to score and even up this ball game.
Jagiela, the rising freshman at St. Joe's, stands in at the plate. And fielding alignment for the Kings from left to right in the outfield, Declusion, Taylor, and Baker. And then left to right in the infield, Decker, Conklin, Pokrovsky, Lesh, with Stosh Pokrovsky behind the plate, Jared Pokrovsky over at second. And the first pitch grounded over to Jared Pokrovsky. Fields throws in time for out number 1.
After that long inning, which is only allowed 1 runner to get base, but was pretty long because of that long at bat with Petrich. That's how you want to start this inning, with a quick 1 pitch out.
Now Sean Zestowicki standing at the plate. First pitch outside, and the count now 1-0. Zestowicki be a junior at Westchester. A lot of success in the NCAAs. He himself appeared in 43 games, started in 42 of those, at just over 250, at 4 homers. And the pitch outside, the count now 2-1. Zestowicki transferred from Rowan College of South Jersey, the Gloucester campus, where he played in 2021. He flies one into right. Baker is under it, makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, ball was pretty up in the zone, and good placement there by Hoops as Zestowicki got under that and made an easy play for Baker.
Now Eric Chandler made a spectacular play in the bottom half of the 7th inning last Thursday in Game 2 to keep the tying run on third from scoring and sending that game to extra innings, which ultimately ended in a 5-5 tie. Pitch, a high strike on the outside part of the plate. The count now 0-1. And the 0-1 from Hoops. Catches the strike zone. The count quickly 0-2. Chandler having a rough year at the plate, hitting an even 200 on the season, 1 homer, 12 RBIs. And the 0-2 from Hoops. Just missing the outside part of the plate. Stosh Pokrovsky tried to frame it, but did not get the call.
Yeah, great job from Hoops from working these edges in these innings, as a lot of these batters are looking at pitches that are just catching the outer edge of the zone.
The 1-2 from Hoops. Strike 3 called. Looked like about the same pitch. Gets the call this time in a 1-2-3 inning by the right-hander from Rutgers. Sends us to the bottom half of the second inning. The Kings down 1-0. You're watching ACBL action on NJ College Baseball Nation. And we welcome you back here to the bottom half of the second inning. Jake Reese on the mound for his second inning of action. This bottom half of the second inning. Second inning is brought to you by Northfield Bank, a full-service community bank with 38 branches serving Metro New York and New Jersey. Northfield Bank strives each day to uphold its mission to be the financial institution of choice to individuals and businesses by delivering innovative financial products and exceptional customer service. For more information, visit your local branch or call 833-301-NFBK. Mike Decker, the Columbia product, will start things off for the Kings here in the home half of the second.
Yeah, Decker with 2 RBIs yesterday on a single early in that game against the Ospreys. One of the first runs they got on the board and the many they scored.
Decker snapping an 0 for 13 slump. 2 hits yesterday. Takes strike one, and the count now 0-1. Pitch inside part of the plate, and the count now 0-2. And the 0-2 from Reese on the way. Strike 3 called. The left-hander Reese gets the call near the beginning of the bottom half of the second inning. Decker strikes out looking, and that will bring up the all-star Anthony Swenda.
Yeah, from up here, that ball looked a little bit out of the zone, but seems to be a big strike zone today in this 1-2 matchup in this Wolf division.
Swenda hitting just under 320 on the summer. 4 homers, 13 RBIs. Swenda transferring to UMBC in the fall. And the pitch popped up foul down the right side, and the count now 0-1. And a hot one today, Jason. 94 degrees at first pitch. Felt like 97. I asked Tyler DeClusion before the game. He's from out west. He said the hottest he's ever played in was 115 in Arizona, a perfect game tournament.
Yeah, not quite that here, but definitely been scorcher days all week, and I believe it's supposed to reach 100 on Sunday when we'll be here to play the Ospreys again.
And the 1-1, nasty pitch off speed, swung on and missed, and the count now 1-2. Weather stops for nobody. Baseball stops for nobody. We'll keep playing. 100 degrees or 75 degrees will be here. And the 1-2, just missing the plate. Outside part.
Yeah,
Catcher Jaggiello thought that was a strike. Did
just
not
about
get
to
the call.
say he was ready to throw down the third for the second strikeout of this inning.
And the 2-2 from the left-hander on the way. Inside corner, strike 3 called. The all-star Swenda walking away slowly, doesn't like it. And back-to-back strikeouts looking from Reese to start this bottom half.
And that one looked close too, as Swenda even backed up a little from the ball as it was close to hitting him, I felt like. So, as we see early on, decent sized strike zone.
Got DeClusion at the plate. And the initial offering from the left-hander, high and outside, the count 1-0. This will be DeClusion's last game with the team. We'll be heading back out west to California, where he attends Saddleback College. The count now even at 1. According to him, he's driving all the way back. That's a 2-day drive. Or excuse me, he was jokingly said he's driving back. He has a flight tonight at 12 a.m. That is what he said. And the pitch now 1-2. He said he hasn't packed yet, so might be in a tight crunch there after this one.
Yeah,
Get back home.
especially if the flight's at 12 a.m. Gonna be running into the gate as it's flying off.
And the 1-2, cutting inside in the dirt, 2-2. But isn't that how all of us are? We wait until the last minute to pack.
Yeah, definitely for sure for me here.
And the 2-2 from Reese. Outside and high. DeClusion works himself back into the count, and the count now full. Conklin on deck. If DeClusion's able to get on. And the left-hander's 3-2. Lined over the head of the shortstop Zestowicki into left field. And now making a big turn for second is Declusion sliding in safely. So a 2-out double for Declusion. Back-to-back innings with a double for the Kings, and that will bring up the shortstop Conklin.
I was ready to mark that down single, but big turn there from Declusion and turn on the Gents right in that bag to stretch that to a double.
Conklin stands in at the plate. Hitting .276 on the season, 10 RBIs. Still looking for his first homer. And the pitch outside and low, and the count 1-0. Looks like our scoreboard has gone out due to, I'm guessing, the heat. What was speculated before the game may happen. But we'll make do. That's all fine. And the 1-0. Other part of the plate, and the count now 1-1. Conklin, of course, the championship MVP from last year's Gens team, said he sees a few similarities between that championship run the Gens had last year and the Kings this season. Said we both got hot at the right time. And the pitch. The 1-1. Now catches the outside part of the plate. Conklin doesn't like it, and the count 1-2. Decker and Swenda struck out looking, followed by Declusion's double. 2 outs here in the bottom half. And the 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. Conklin doesn't like it, and 3 strikeouts looking for the left-hander. Reese sends us to the top half of the third. Well, I'll hand the play-by-play duties off to my partner, Jason O'Connell. Or, excuse me, we're playing 9 innings. I forgot. I'll stay here for the top half of the third on the play-by-play. And the Kings down 1-0 as we head to the top of the third. You're watching ACBL action on NJ College Baseball Nation. And we welcome you back here to the top half of the third. The Blazers lead 1-0 over the Kings in their new home ballpark, Moody Park. This top half of the third inning is brought to you by Wildflowers Inn. Wildflowers Inn with its great upscale menu. Wildflowers Inn on the Pennington Circle at 2572 Pennington Road. Also has a 20% discount if the player is in uniform. Upscale dining and a great atmosphere. Pre-game, post-game, anytime. Check out Wildflowers Inn. And the first pitch to Schallenberger is taken for a strike.
Yeah, Schallenberger, naturally catcher, playing in the right field today for these Blazers.
And swung on and missed from the rising freshman at Charleston Southern. And his teammate Eddie Olson also will be playing at Charleston Southern in the fall. That one's grounded over the shortstop Conklin. Fields throws just in time to get the right fielder Schallenberger for out number 1.
Yeah, that throw was definitely going to need a little extra power on that as it was a slow grounder, and Conklin brought that with a nice throw over the left at first.
1 down here in the top half of the third. Brings up the left fielder R.J. Huth. Huth only hitting .210 on the season, 8 RBIs, over 26 games. And the righty Hoops delivers. Strike 1 called. Top of the order on deck for the Kings. If you're just joining us, the Blazers scored 1 in the top half of the first inning, and now the 0-1. Other part of the plate, and the count moves to 0-2. Thanks to the speed of Riley Davis, he walked, stole second, stole third, and then scored on an E2. We currently sit at a 1-0 game. And the 0-2. Outside part of the plate, strike 3 called. A great pitch by the right-hander, his 4th strikeout of the night, his 3rd looking. We'll bring up Davis, hitting in the 1 hole.
Yeah, strikeouts aplenty early in this game. As you mentioned, Hoops has 4, and Reese has 4 of his own as well.
Davis, a junior at Lehigh. Pitches outside, 1-0. And the pitch swung on and missed, and the count now moves to 1-1. Davis originally started his college career at UNC Wilmington, did not see any playing time there. Transferred over after redshirting to Lehigh. Pitch outside part of the plate, and the count now 1-2. The right-hander working quickly, 4 strikeouts tonight, 3 of them looking. Davis came around to score after a walk and 2 stolen bases in the first. Slowly hit over the third baseman Decker. He gloves, throws in time. A strong throw from the third baseman Decker ends the top half of the 3rd inning. The Kings trail 1-0. And Ryan Taylor will lead things off for South Jersey when we come back. You're watching ACBL action on NJ College Baseball Nation. The left-hander Jake Reese back on the mound for his 3rd inning of action. Ryan Taylor, the center fielder, will lead things off. And the bottom half of the inning is brought to you by your Anzac Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Anzac Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is a proud title sponsor of Kings Baseball, located on Market Street in Gloucester City. Anzac Plumbing has been a trusted name in the industry for 90 years. Call Anzac Plumbing for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs at 856-475-6832. Ryan Taylor from St. Augustine High School will lead things off. The first pitch outside, and the count now 1-0.
Yeah, great year at St. Augustine this senior year from Taylor with a 4.44 average.
The pitch catches the outside part of the plate, and the count now 1-1. 1-1 on the way. In the dirt in front of home plate. Nice block by Jagiella, and the count 2-1.
Yeah, despite allowing 2 doubles in these 2 innings at Reese's pitch, he's been moving pretty quickly. As getting quick outs on the ground outs and quick strikeouts and low ball counts.
And the 2-1 from Reese. Fly ball into left center, giving chases Huth along with Fagioni, and Huth makes the catch in left field for out number 1. Again, we see it again. That probably would have been a homer at Union Field, but just a fly out here at Moody. So Taylor flies out to left, and now Jarrett Pokrovsky, the younger Pokrovsky brother, stands in at the plate. And the pitch up high, and the count 1-0.
Pagras, as you mentioned, had a home run yesterday as well. Did his brother. As you mentioned, his brother came off the bench to hit one.
And the pitch flied out to right, giving chases Schallenberger. And ball's out of play. The count now 1-1. Taylor and Pokrovsky, both rising freshmen at Penn. They've known each other for years, since 8th grade. trained during quarantine together back in 2020. The off speed outside and high in the count 2-1. Chris Baker on deck, the recipient of the Kings' first double of the game back in the first. And the pitch lined right up the middle for a base hit. So Pokrovsky stays hot, and a 1-out single brings up Chris Baker.
And if Baker can hit a ball like he did in that first at bat, that would definitely score Pokrovsky with his, as we mentioned, spacious outfield. Pokrovsky has himself some wheels on him with 9 stolen bases on the year, so he can definitely make it to home on a deep ball.
So Pokrovsky on first. Baker led Washington College in the spring with a 444 average, 10 stolen bases, and an on-base percentage of an even .500. First pitch inside, and the count 1-0. Often see his father Mike at Kings games out in West Deptford. The pitch, the other part of the plate, and the count 1-1.
Yeah, we saw that high average continue early in the season from Baker. Had a bit of a cold streak in the middle of the season, but 4 for 4 yesterday with 2 homers. So see if he can get hot again as we head towards the playoffs.
And the 1-1, there goes the runner Pokrovsky inside and high. Pokrovsky slides into second safely.
Yeah, great jump there from Pokrovsky as it was one of the perfectly timed starts to get that steal, and still almost was caught by Jagiel. It's a great arm behind the plate, but with that kind of jump, it's pretty easy to get that second base.
The Kings' first stolen base of the night. 2-1 on Baker. Pitch chopped over to the mound. Reese makes the play, throws to first in time, and Pokrovsky stays put at second for out number 2. Now Lou Flesh, who struck out in his first at-bat back in the first, stands in. It's a big opportunity here for the Kings with the runner on second, 1 out. Now they're 2 outs, originally 1 out. Chance to try to drive the speedy Pokrovsky in. And that pitch outside and low, and the count 1-0.
And the third inning in a row, the Kings have gone down to a runner on second with 2 outs to see if they can capitalize, make the third time a charm.
And Lesh leads this team with 26 RBIs. That's 8 ahead of Jared Pokrovsky in second. Chops one over to the second baseman Davis. Davis gloves, throws easily for out number 3. So the Kings once again with a runner in scoring position for the third consecutive inning, but fail to score. We head to the top half of the fourth inning. The Blazers lead 1-0. You're watching Kings Blazers on NJ College Baseball Nation.
Welcome back here on NJ College Baseball Nation as we're in a one-run ball game as the Quakertown Blazers lead the South Jersey Kings. The Rural Financial Group is a major sponsor of ACBL Baseball. Located in Princeton, the Rural Financial Group is an office of the Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company. Call 609-951-8700 and set up a meeting with a representative today. And pretty quick work from both pitchers so far as getting not allowing a lot of hits or walks and having quick counts getting ahead early to strike out batters. And Kings have now had 3 pretty decent opportunities with getting a run at a second in each of these last 3 innings, but have not put up a run yet, leaving the score 1-0 Blazers up. It's in the bat now. We have Tommy Fagioni. Takes the first pitch for a ball, struck out in his first at bat in that first inning.
This is going to be a big inning for the right-hander Hoops. You're facing 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. 2 of the better hitters on this team.
That's lined into right field, but out of play. Count is now at 1-1. Fagioni, as we mentioned, the rising junior Alvernia, having 30 RBIs and 159 at bats this season, so a big part of that offense. So 1-1. Swing miss there at the ball up. Count is now 1-2. Hoops looking for another strikeout as Fagioni looks to collect himself after a big swing there.
We see again, Hoops get ahead in the count. He's got to finish off Fagioni.
Gets set for the 1-2. Popped up out of play. Still 1-2. Hoops looking for another strikeout here. See through 1 in each inning at least. Oops. Pitching from the stretch. Another 1-2. Over the head. Fagioni gets the bat down, makes the count 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Up and out of zone. Count is now full, and Hoops is at risk of losing this batter after looking like he was going to have another strikeout in the day. The payoff pitch. Check swing, and he does go, says Fagioni. No appeal, but a swing and strike there. As Hoops adds to his strikeout total, making it 5 on a day.
And there's a huge strikeout there. Again, we talked about he got ahead in the count and nearly fell behind 3-2 count, but a big swing and miss to Fagioni. That's his 5th strikeout of the night.
Owen Petrich in the bat now as he takes the first pitch for a ball. Count is now 1-0.
Now Petrich's hit streak is at 18, still looking for his first hit tonight, and of course he's reached base all 31 games this season.
Yeah, that streak has gone to 4th in the league in average. Misses again does Hoops, bring the count to 2-0. Maybe pitching a little conservatively with one of the best hitters in this league at the plate right now. 2-0 pitch. Swing there by Petrich, and that's in the right field. Baker gets under it for the second out.
Not often that you retire Petrich 2 times in a row, so that's a great start to Hoops against Petrich.
And the bat now, Cole Hertzler, playing first base today. As we mentioned, is a two-way player. No runners on here with 2 outs. Big cut there from Hertzler, bringing the count to 0-1 on the miss. E0-1. Catches the outside edge, and that continue to see extra ball or 2 in that strike zone. Hoops looking for another strikeout here. Make it 6 on the day. This time, pretty similar pitch as that last one, but this time it's a ball.
Yeah, we've seen that pitch multiple times today be called for a strike. Clearly the umpire's home plate strike call, not too consistent tonight.
And a swing and miss there from Hertzler. 6 strikeout a day, 12 straight retired from Hoops as he is dealing so far in this game. We'll be right back here as the Kings will look to tie it up on NJ College Baseball Nation. Welcome back here to Moody Park as the Quakertown Blazers lead 1-0 over the South Jersey Kings. Rohervale Real Estate is a proud sponsor of Kings Baseball, your South Jersey source for real estate. Rohervale.com, that's ROHRERVAIL.com, or call Chapman Vale at 856-571-5336. Again, 856-571-5336. In the bat now for the Kings, catcher Stas Pogrovsky, who popped out second base in his first at bat. So far, a great pitching performance from both sides. Only 3 hits allowed between the two teams. And going to the bottom of the fourth. Check swing there from Stosh, but he definitely does go. Counts now 0-1.
Yeah, Hoops has yet to allow that hit. We talked about off the air. He's retired every batter, as you said, Jason, besides that first one who came around to score.
0-1 pitch. Hit in the right field. Under it is Schellenberger, and he makes the play for the first out. Another quick out from Reese. And bat now, Michael Decker, rising senior, going to Columbia. They have a cold streak recently. Decker going 14 in his last 40 at bats, bringing his average down a little, but still at 300. So a great start to the season from him. Ball catches top of zone, counts now 0-1. Lefty on lefty matchup here. The 0-1. Up this time out of zone, counts now 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and miss there from Decker, bringing the count to 1-2.
Oh, we got a good old-fashioned pitching matchup. These hurlers are dealing.
So 1-2 pitch to Decker. Misses his own, counts now even at 2.
The Kings, I would say, they're outplaying the Blazers right now. They've had runners in scoring position all 3 innings. They just haven't been able to drive in that run.
2-2. Catches his own for a strikeout look in from Decker. Another quick 2-out inning from the Blazers.
And this left-hander is just having a day. His last 4 strikeouts have all come looking. Now 5 on the night. Kings certainly have a tough time seeing the ball out of his hand.
And bat now, All-Star Anthony Swenda. Swing and misses that ball low there. Count is now at 0-1. Pitch from Reese. Misses the outside edge. Even at 1 now is the count.
And this is what Reese does. He's second in the ACBL with a 1.33 ERA, only behind, of course, Valenti with a 0.23 ERA.
Chop there, foul by Swenda. Count now at 1-2. Reese adding to his strikeout total coming today was 26 in 27 innings.
And Jason, you mentioned this on top of the air. It's so surprising. I mean, this guy had an over 5 ERA at Alvernia, and now he comes to the ACBL facing a lot of D1 guys, and he's been practically unhittable.
Popped out of play. Keeps the count at 1-2.
You have to wonder what changed from the spring to the summer, if anything, that allowed him to have this dominance on the mound.
Reese for another 1-2 pitch. Chop to the shortstop, Huth. And he makes the play over to Hertzler. I'm sorry, Zestawicki for the third out. Makes the play. Another 1-2-3 inning from Reese as he continues to roll and confuse these Kings batters. We'll be right back here for the top of the fifth inning here on NJ College Baseball Nation. Welcome back here as we're in the pitcher's duel in a 1-0 game as only 3 hits between the two teams through 4 innings so far. Antic Plumbing Heating and Cooling is a proud sponsor of Kings Baseball. Located on Market Street in Gloucester City, Antic Plumbing has been a trusted name in the industry for 90 years. Call Antic Plumbing for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs at 856-475-6832. That's 856-475-6832. Jason Hoops remains in the game after retiring 12 straight hitters. Looking to get another 1-2-3 inning here. As in the bat now is Carter Jagiella, who grounded out in his first at bat today, and 289 on the season coming in today. Fouled back by Jagiella. Count is now 0-1. And we expected Hoops to be good, but not this good as he's played so far. But yeah, coming today, only 1 earned run in 14 innings. Fouled again by Jagiella, bringing the count to 0-2. Hoops with 6 strikeouts on the day, looking to make it 7 here.
We have not seen a Kings pitcher go over 5 innings this year. So if Hoops has another efficient inning, I wonder, will we see him for the 6th?
The 0-2 pitch. Fouled again by Jagiella, out of play. Stays alive here in the 0-2 count. The 0-2 hits softly to Lesh, and he makes the pop out for the first out of the inning.
That's exactly what you want to see from Hoops. Soft contact leading to an out. Not a 7-8 pitch at bat.
Sean Sestawicki in the bat now. One appearances flew out to right field in the second. In the dirt, counts now 1-0. As you mentioned, Aaron, a lot of soft contact here. And in addition to the many strikeouts that Hoops has thrown so far. 1-0. Hit into the right center gap and to make the play is Baker for his second out of the inning. And Hoops continues to deal today. Only the 1 runner on the walk in the first at bat of the game. In the bat now, Eric Chandler's third baseman for the Blazers. Struck out in his first at bat, looking. Low in the dirt, counts now 1-0.
And Hoops has now gone over 12 innings without allowing a hit. This is something special from the right-hander. I mean, He is one of the top pitchers right now in the ACBL. Almost 2 entire games without allowing a hit. I guess it's 2 entire doubleheaders without allowing a hit. That is.
Down 2-0 now to count. This is now 3-0. Let's look to fight back here after throwing 3 straight balls. Hoops from the stretch. Right down the middle, count now at 3-1. That's will continue to try to fight back here. Three one. Fouled out of play, and Hoops is back in his count, making it full. With 2 outs here, no runners on top of the 5th. Hoops requesting a different ball from the ump. Hoops gets his sign. And the payoff pitch. Popped, out of play again. As Chandler stays alive in the at-bat. Great job being patient to start the at-bat, getting 3 straight balls, but is now the count is full after looking at a pitch and 2 straight foul balls. Now a 3-2 pitch. Misses the plate, and Hoops' retired streak ends there at 14 on that walk. And throughout the day, through this game so far, we've seen a pretty big strike zone, but over this last inning, it seemed to have shrunk a little.
Yeah. An inconsistent strike zone. Not just big, just inconsistent. I mean, that pitch was called a strike multiple times earlier in this one.
Jackson Schollenberger in the bat now. Takes a strike there. Counts now 0-1. Run on first here with 2 outs for the Blazers. Chandler with 5 stolen bases on the year. It's not the biggest shot to run, but definitely still a threat. Foul tip there by Schollenberger. And is now down 0-2.
And the Kings do have a couple arms that are fresh in their bullpen, so you wonder if this might be Hoop's last inning, and if it is, trying to end on a high note.
The 0-2 pitch. Swing there by Schollenberger for the strikeout to end the inning as the 14 retired straight streak ends, but gets out of the inning after that second 2-out walk. We'll be right back here as the Kings will look to provide some run support. Welcome back here in a 1-0 ball game between the Quakertown Blazers as they lead the South Jersey Kings. Coming here into the bottom of the 5th. The Rural Financial Group is a major sponsor of ACBL baseball. Located in Princeton, the Rural Financial Group is an office of the Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company. Call 609-951-8700. That's 609-951-8700 and set up a meeting with a representative today. Hoops. 5 great innings as between the first batter of the game and that second to last batter of that last of the fifth inning. He struck out. I'm not struck out. Retired 14 straight batters. And then with a strikeout at the end, he didn't add his total to 7. As Reese stays in the game, going his 15 inning work. Gets a strike there. Counts now 0-1. And in the bat now is Tyler Declusion, the California kid. 0-1. Low now zone. Counts now 1-1. Declusion with a double on today. One of the only 3 hits that the Gens have. I'm sorry, that the Kings have. 1-1. In the dirt past catcher, Jagiello counts now 2-1. 294 average coming into the day from Declusion. 2-1. 3-1 count now after that ball misses again. 3 straight balls from Reese. Great count here for Declusion to drive a ball. The 3-1. Off the plate. And that's a 5-pitch walk from Reese. So leadoff batter gets on for the Kings.
And so Declusion having a great last game for the Kings. He's gotten on base twice against one of the best pitchers in the ACBL. So once again, the Kings putting runners on base, their 4th consecutive inning with the runner on, but they've yet to have anything to show for it.
Trace Conklin in the bat now in the 8-hole for the Kings. Struck out on his first at bat. Up and out of the zone, bringing the count to 1-0. Looking at Declusion, 5 stolen bases on the year. And we've seen his speed in the outfield, so definitely can steal here. The Kings will look to tie it up, and he does exactly that. Throw down as Jagiello misses the ball on the transfer as he gets past him. That's going to be a stolen base from Declusion. Conklin now has a runner in scoring position with no outs, so great job to get a run here and get his 11th RBI on the season. Reese gets the sign, looks back to Declusion at second. The 1-1 pitch. Line to second baseman Davis as Declusion's going to move up, but Conklin's out at first.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that out. That advances the runner. You got Ryan Taylor at the plate, and of course Pokrovsky on deck. If it comes to him, he's leading off today. That's a productive out. But once again, the Kings are going to have to score a run at some point. Down 1-0. They're leaving runners on. They left the winning run on 3rd, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings last time these two teams played on Sunday.
And 2 outs left to go in this inning, so still a great chance for the Kings to capitalize here as Ryan Taylor steps in the bat. Takes the ball down the middle for the first strike. 0-1 now. Taylor, 9 RBIs and 22 at bats, so pretty productive in limited amount of time he's had in his ACBL season. Looking to get his 10th one here. Off the plate, count even at 1 now. Jagiello looking down at Declusion at first, or third. Reese gets set for the 1-1 and the pitch. Fouled back by Taylor. Count is now 1-2.
I mean, all you have to do is put the ball in play and hope Declusion can score.
Yeah, infield is not, corners are in, but infield is not really in. So, a ball to the middle infield could score Declusion most likely. 1-2. Swing and miss there. A brutal strikeout there from Taylor. 2 outs now here in bottom of the 5th with the runner at third, and that eliminates a lot of ways that the Kings would score that run from third. It really has to be a hit now.
And Reese has been using that curveball as a get-me-over pitch to start at bats, but then using it as a finisher right there. A great pitch to Taylor. Taylor was just too early on that one.
Crosby lines that. The nice grab by Hertzler as he stops that from getting out of the infield to end the inning. An unassisted out there by Hertzler as Kings blow another opportunity to get a run across as the score remains 1-0 here as they're going to the top of the 6th on NJ College Baseball Nation. Welcome back here to the top of the sixth here at Moody Park as the Quakertown Blazers lead South Jersey Kings 1-0. Our game today is brought to you by Northfield Bank, a full-service community bank with 38 branches serving Metro New York and New Jersey. Northfield Bank strives each day to uphold its mission to be the financial institution of choice to individuals, businesses by delivering innovative financial products and exceptional customer service. For more information, visit your local branch or call 833-301-NFBK for more. That's in the bet now. So have some changes in the field, it looks like. Jared Pogroski goes to third. Jared Pogroski's third, as I mentioned. Trying to figure it out here. Oliva in at first. First pitch misses there for a ball. Stosh still behind him. Stosh Pogroski still on plate. Conklin at short. Baker in right still. So that ball is hit high, right field to Baker. And he'll get under that for the first out of the inning. Huth popped out there. Said Huth remains in right. Looks like center field is still Taylor, and Declusion's still in left, I believe. In the bat now, top of the order, Riley Davis. Going to his top of the sixth. As Hoops is now retired 16 out of the 18 batters faced today. Great performance from him going to his top of the sixth. Count's now at 1-1 after that off-speed pitch that catches. One. Off the plate count is now 2-1. So actually Cohen is in left field for Declusion. Center field, I believe I heard, is actually Max Alessandro. 2-1, 2-2 count now after that foul ball. There it is. Second base seems to be Ryan Taylor. So it's fouled off. Counts to at 2-2. It looks like Ryan Taylor did move to second base from center field. Not sure how that affects the hitting lineup, but we'll get that to you soon. Ball catches his own for a looking strikeout in the second out of this inning as Hoops continues to roll through this lineup. In the bat now, Tommy Fagioni, 2 strikeouts on the day coming into this inning. It's a pitch from Hoops. Lays shows bunt as Fagioni pulls it back as the ball is off the plate. Count now 1-0. So it looks like Oliva will be back in Lesh's spot. Taylor probably remain in the 9 hole. Grassi would probably stay in his spot, I believe. Catches the plate. Count is now at 1-1. Alessandro, I believe, will go in for Decker. Cohen in for Declusion in the batting order. Count is now 2-1.
So, Jason, I do have the changes for the fielding. We got Cohen, as you said, on the left. Alessandro making his, I believe, his Kings debut if he did not play yesterday.
Alessandro did, in fact, play yesterday. Went 0 for 2, I believe.
So he's in center, and now we have DiMucci over at second. Bokrovski moved to third, and Oliva at first.
DiMucci at second umpire. I said Taylor was at second.
I believe Taylor is out of the game now.
Missed the plate for a walk on that count. That went to 4-1 after that. 2 outs here with a runner on first now for the Blazers as
And this is
Petra steps in the bat now. 0 for 2 on day. Surprisingly, sight you would see from him. So it looks like we'll have a pitching change here as Miles Taylor comes to the mound. So looks like no one's warming up, so maybe it's a talk between Taylor and Hoops trying to sell him down after that walk and not let anything get away from him here. So looks like Rapport was in the bullpen, but coming to the dugout after warming up. So you just saw him walking there. Doesn't seem to be heading to the mound, so it looks like Hoops definitely will stay in.
And this is the longest we've seen any Kings pitcher go the entire year. 5 2/3 innings. Kind of hard to believe, but if there's anyone who's going to do it, it's going to be Hoops. Outstanding start so far.
And just to clarify, we have Joe DiMucci in at second base, not John, just so you know, as the brothers do both play on this team. As a runner on first now, 2 outs for Petrich.
And this is the biggest step out of the game, Jason.
Big cut there. Petrich was fooled on an off-speed pitch, bringing the count to 0-1.
Obviously, Petrich has yet to get on base. He's reached base every single game this season. And this likely is Hoops' last at bat.
Line to Conklin on the ground. And a play made to the first Oliva as Conklin had a little double take, tried to throw a second, but then got over the play to first Oliva. They get the third out of the inning. And after 6 innings, the Kings will look to get their first run as they come up to bat in the bottom 6. We'll be right back here on NJ College Baseball Nation. Welcome back here to bottom 6th inning as the Quakertown Blazers still lead the South Jersey Kings 1-0. Our game today is brought to you by Wildflowers Inn with its great upscale menu. Wildflowers Inn on the Pennington Circle at 2572 Pennington Road also has a 20% discount if a player is in uniform. Upscale dining and great atmosphere, pregame, postgame, anytime. Check out Wildflowers Inn. In the bat now, Chris Baker takes the first pitch, 1-0 now. It's a 1-0 pitch now. Off the zone, count is now 2-0. So Reese has not allowed a run over these 5 innings, so great pitching performance from both sides with just a 1 run through 5.5 innings. That's chopped to Hertzler at first. He'll make the play unassisted for the first out. 2 unassisted plays made by Hertzler at first in a row now after he finished off the last inning with one. With that amazing diving grab to prevent a run.
Jason, it's got to be pretty frustrating if you're Hoops right now. He gave it his all. Petrich went 0 for 3 against him. That just puts the start in a nutshell. No hits allowed, and his team is yet to give him any run support. He's right now doing line for the loss.
David Oliva in the bat now, replacing Luke Lesh in that 3-hole. Oliva in the second game of the doubleheader against Quakertown. That ball goes foul. Then the doubleheader on Saturday hit a home run and had 3 RBIs in that second game, so a big factor in that 5-5 tie. But to get on base here, try to get some momentum for this Kings offense, who has been shut down besides 3 hits by Reese. to 0-1. Off the plate, count now even at 1 now. It's a 1-1 pitch from Reese. Off speed that just crossed the mound or the plate counts now at 1-2 as it caught the zone. Two strike pitch here. Leave a pop set out of play. Count remains at 0-2. Reese gets a new ball and heads back to the mound for another 1-2 count.
And this is a big bottom half of the sixth.
1-2 pitch. Off the plate, count even at 2 now.
With Reese starting to tire, or you would assume tire, here in the bottom half of the sixth, and the Kings with the middle third of their order. They really got to do something here.
Another off speed misses inside. Try to get a front door pitch there. Count is now full to Oliva. Great chance to get a runner on base here for the Kings. The payoff pitch. Chopped. Foul. Nice dive and grab there made by Chandler, but won't count for anything as the ball was foul. And it would have been a difficult throw anyway to get over to Hertzler at first, if it was fair. Oliva steps back into the lefty's batter box for another 3-2 count. Pitch from Reese. Line to the shortstop, Sestowicki. Makes a throw over to Hertzler at first for the second out. As Reese continues to roll through his lineup. Allowed 3 hits and a walk, but doesn't allow anything after those base runners were allowed. So great job in not letting these Kings get any momentum in this game so far. As Stas Pogrovsky steps to the plate now for his third at bat. 2 pop outs. Pop out and a fly on a day, actually. Misses his own. Counts now at 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch. In the dirt. Now a hitter's count to Pokrovsky. Looking to get runner on to try to get something going for these Kings. It's a 2-0 pitch from Reese. Off the plate, 3 straight balls thrown by Reese.
And as you see, he's starting to tire. But the Kings got to get something off of him.
4-pitch walk from Reese there. That's the first base run of the inning for the Kings as after 2 quick outs. And Blazers giving them another chance here as they'll look to capitalize. As in the hit now for Decker is Joe DiMucci. Playing second base. Missed zone. Counts now 1-0 with the runner on first. No stolen bases on the year from Stas Pogrovsky, who's on first base right now. Throw over by Reese. Stas is in there standing safely.
Let's see if the Kings can put yet another running in scoring position for yet another inning.
The 1-0 just catches the inside edge of the zone. Count is now at 1-1. One pitch. Fouled off the catcher, Jagiella. Looked like it might have hit his right hand, but looks fine. Count now 1-2 after that foul tip. Mucci looking to advance. Krosky here is on first. Try to get him in scoring position here. Reese gets his sign. Looks over to Krosky at first. The 1-2 pitch. Catches the top of the zone for a strikeout looking as Reese gets out of here after a 2-out walk. As he strikes out for the third out. We'll be right back here in the top of the 7th. So we'll see the new pitcher most likely for the Kings here on NJ College Baseball Nation.
Go tell him to score some runs.
Welcome back here to Moody Park as it's still a 1-0 ball game in this pitcher's duel between Jason Hoops and Jake Reeser. Anzac Plumbing, Heating, and Cool. I'm sorry. Roher and Vale Real Estate is a proud sponsor of Kings Baseball, your South Jersey source for real estate. RoherVale.com, RoHRERVAIL.com, or call Chapman Vale at 856-571-5336. So, Jason Hoops comes in for his 7th inning of work after absolutely dealing for this team here. And we saw Oliva get knocked by a ball thrown over by one of the infielders. Had some trouble getting up, but looks to be fine now. Sitting the bat now is Cole Hertzler, the first baseman. 2 strikeouts on the day from him.
Wow, this is huge. I mean, I kept looking. We didn't see anyone warming in the pen for the Kings in that home half of the 6th. So it looked like, Hoops was going to come back out, and here he is.
Count is now 101. Saw Joey Rappaport come in from the dugout, but I don't think I ever saw him warming up, so I don't think anyone has ever been warming up this whole game for the Kings. Misses the plate, counts now 2-1.
Well, this is huge. Just, we know the problem that the Kings have with having enough pitchers. This is a huge lift. We haven't seen any Kings pitcher go 6. He's into the 7th.
2-1 pitch from Hoops. Fouled, out of play. Count even at 2 now to Hertzler.
Middle of the order. This is a tough out for Hoops to get, and a big pitch coming on the 2-2 count.
Hurts are coming today 5th in the league in RBIs, but no chance to add to that spot that he has there. As Hoops has shut down the side pretty much besides 2 walks. And a swing and miss there. Pitch out of the zone by Hoops. Great pitch there, fooling him on off speed.
9 strikeouts. That is a season high for a Kings pitcher. Now went through his 7th inning of action. This is the performance of the season from a Kings pitcher. What an outing by Hoops.
And a bat now, catcher Carter Jagiella. Ground out and a pop out on the day. Right down the middle, count is now 0-1. So we've seen Hoops beyond all season, but not like this. Chopped into the glove of Hoops. And he makes the play, preventing an infield hit from Jagiella for the second out.
He is doing it all. The strikeouts, the groundouts. No, an excellent spinning play to get the catcher out. He is rolling. They just need some run support.
Yeah, that was definitely a difficult play to make, making the grab, looking backwards, ball coming over his head, and then getting the throw over. So in the bat now, Sean Sestawicki. 2 flyouts to right field on day. Ball catches his own. Count is now 2-1. Foul tip there. Count is now at 2-2. Count is now 2-2, as I mentioned. Joey Rappaport looking for a 10th strikeout here. Misses zone. Count is now full.
He put some serious zip on that fastball. He wanted that one bad.
And with that much speed, it's crazy how he's able to throw that fast. Seeing
Fast.
how many innings he's gone, and definitely not used to doing this, as you mentioned, the highest inning total on the season. Foul tip there. As Wiki keep staying alive here.
This fastball gets up to the mid 90s, showcasing it right there.
Pitch misses off the plate. Sorry, count was now full at 3-2. It was 2-2 before that. Chase off a sign and gets one he likes. Now the payoff pitch. And a strikeout there. Tags Zestawicki. 10th strikeout on the day from Hoops. And the only base runners that have been allowed on 3 walks. We'll be right back here for the bottom of the 7th inning as the Kings will look to provide some support for Hoops. Welcome back here to Moody Park as we have a new pitcher in for Jake Reese, Quinn Wormkessel. Final line for Reese: 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 3 hits, no runs. Our game today is brought to you by Northfield Bank, a full-service community bank with 38 branches serving Metro New York and New Jersey. Northfield Bank strives each day to uphold its mission to be the financial institution of choice to individuals and businesses by delivering innovative financial products and exceptional customer service. For more information, visit your local branch or call 833-301-NFBK. Dominant performance from Reese, only allowing 3 hits and throwing 6 shutout innings as Wormkessel look to continue this shutout by the Blazers. Wormkessel going to be a sophomore at East Stroudsburg in the fall. It's in the bat now. We have Anthony Swenda. All in the dirt. Catches, and her thigh looked like a Jagiello, I'm sorry. Swenda with a strikeout and a ground out on the day, as I'm trying to give Jagiello some time. Yeah, I saw that right after bounced off of that, and that wasn't a good play as Jagiello was reaching for upper leg area. Mm. It's just got word that Andrew Knoll actually came in for Kara Jagiella and is the catcher that would just receive that low blow for the ball in the dirt. So he's giving him all the time they need is for him to recover. And just recapping the game so far, pitchers duel from both sides as Hoops, the only base runners he's allowed has been on 3 walks as Knoll looks good now. And Reese throwing a shutout through 6 innings that Wormkessel will look to continue here. 1-0 count now to Swenda. Misses the inside edge. Counts now 2-0. Swenda leading the team in extra base hits are tied for the lead with Chris Baker. Off the plate, 3 straight balls from Wormkessel. As Swenda steps in for a 3-0 count, will most likely have the red light gear. Catches the top of the zone. Swenda was ready to head to first, but steps back in for a hitter's count now. That's 3-1 pitch from Wormkessel. Low in the dirt, and that's a 5-pitch walk for the lead off runner to get on for the Kings, as this could be a chance. As too early to say, but Wormkessel could struggle to come out of this pen. In the bat now, Trevor Cohen, who came as a defensive sub in the 6th for Declusion. Also playing left field is Cohen. Trevor Cohen going to be a freshman at Rutgers and will be teammates with Jason Hoops, a star pitcher who is lights out today. Rutgers having a great season, making their first Big Ten tournament appearance and going to the championship game before falling to Michigan. Passes inside edge. Count is now 0-1.
Here is again a runner on base for the 7th consecutive inning, yet they have not scored. You got to score right here. You don't know how many more chances you're going to get. They're giving themselves an opportunity, just cannot drive the runner in.
Pitch here from Ormkessel. Strike there. Count is now at 0-2. A lot of chances, as you mentioned, but part of the shutdown effort has been from Reese. Also, at the same time, you have to just convert and add some clutchness to your at bat and try to get a hit here with runners on. Swarmkessel throws over. In there safe is Swenda. Swenda has 8 stolen bases on the season. So definitely got to keep an eye on him on first, especially in a 1-run ball game. This Kings trying to move a run into scoring position. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Gets past Noel. Swenda move up to first. Runner in scoring position at 2 outs, or no outs here for the Kings. Great opportunity as see Cohen, Conklin, and Alessandro, these next 3 hitters. So all get a chance to drive home. Swenda from second. Meeting in the between Noel and Wormkessel. Noel returns to the plate. Wormkessel returns to the mound. Trevor Cohen coming today with a 2.55 average on the season and 47 at bats. 1-2 pitch. Up and out of zone. Count's now even at 2. Trevor with the Holy Spirit in high school and his senior year hit 485 and 68 at bats. 2-2 pitch. Off the plate. Count is now full to Cohen. Wormkessel shakes off a sign. Shakes off another and gets the one he likes for the 3-2 count and the payoff pitch. Swing and miss there by Cohen for the first out of the inning. Fooled on the ball with some movement there. That's the first out of this inning. And the bat now Chase Conklin has a strikeout and a ground out today.
Oh, it's a hot day outside, and Wormkessel is starting to settle in. It's a strikeout, a big strikeout. Once again, the Kings another runner in scoring position.
Fouled out play there by Conklin. 0-1 count after that foul.
5 out of 7 innings with the runner in scoring position for the Kings. Yet no runs on the board.
0-1 pitch. Fouled again. Conklin quickly down 0-2. Conklin 14 and 38. I'm sorry, 14 in his last 38 at bats. But he's quickly down 0-2 here and could face another strikeout here, second of the day. 0-2. Bounce off the plate. It gets over to third to Swenda. It's a great opportunity here to tie the game from the Kings, despite the 1-2 count to Conklin. So the ball was bounced high after it hit the plate, and Noel had trouble finding it. But with how high it would bounce, it's going to be a difficult play to make at third anyway.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm not opposed to Conklin. Don't try to be the hero. Just pull one down the first baseline, or put a sharp ground ball down the right field side, and just try to get the runner in.
Foul tip again, counts still at 1-2. There is a lot of ways to score here with a hard hit ball up the middle, or maybe even a sac fly. But runner on third, 1 out, creates a lot of opportunities for the Kings to tie this game here. 2-2 is the count. The pitch. Fouled, out of play again. Conklin continues to fight in this at bat. And a very big at bat of this inning.
This is deja vu of last Sunday, game 2. Tying run at third.
Second time this game that Kings have had a run on a third. Looking to convert in this time. Swarmkessel wants to cycle through the signs again and gets the one he likes this time. 2-2. Hit directly up to Warmkessel. He's on to a final play. Finds it though. And Swindle is out. Ball is hit directly, bounced off the leg of Warmkessel. Had trouble finding it. Looked like Swindle might be able to get home, but Warmkessel remains cool and collected and throws Swindle out at home on the fielder's choice.
Well, when you haven't lost in the month of July, some things are just going right for you, and that was a huge break for the Blazers. I mean, that should have been one up the middle. Somehow, Warmkessel was able to stop that one right on top of the mound, and Swenda was a dead duck.
That was a pretty solid hit there by Conklin. It's going right up the middle, but luckily Warmkessel got in front of it. But if that got by him, that very well would have been the first run of the game for the Kings. Sitting the bat now is Max Alessandro, his third at bat of the season as he played his first game yesterday for the Kings. Was out of the zone. I was now 2-0. Conklin has 11 stolen bases on the year and actually leads the Kings. 2 outs here would be risky, but definitely an option. Off to play again. Count is now 3-0 as Warmkessel could walk tying run into scoring position here. Max Alessandro played his high school ball at Lenape and is heading to Farley Dickinson in the fall for his freshman year. 3-0 pitch. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk as Chase Conklin moves into scoring position. It's top of the order, and Jared Pokrovsky will come up to bat now. Definitely a hitter you'd like to see in this situation with his high average and the pop that he's able to send on his hits. Pokrovsky's second on team in RBIs. This takes the first pitch for a ball. Counts now 1-0. 3 for 3 yesterday with a home run. It's definitely a hot hitter, is what you like to see in these close games. Pitch. Lined up the middle. Rounding third is Conklin, and he's coming home. He's going to get across for the tying run of a huge hit from Jared Pokrovsky. And your top hitters tend to come in clutch in late innings, and he does exactly that to tie the ball game for the Kings. Great
What
piece of
a
hitting there from Pokrovsky.
what a hit from Pokrovsky. He played hero earlier in the month with a huge go-ahead grand slam against the Ospreys. Coming up clutch here, the Kings in need of a hit. Hoops in need of a run to not take the loss. And we're tied against a team that has not lost in the month of July.
And another hitter you like to see at the plate up in Baker as that ball gets past Knoll. Another wild pitch on the day from Wormkessel as 2 runners in scoring position now for the Kings. As Baker will look to get the lead here with 2 outs. Baker double on a day, going 1 for 3, but was 4 for 4 yesterday with 2 home runs. Looking to add another extra base hit here. Catches the upper outside edge. Count is now at 1-1. Baker gets set for the 1-1. Up and out of zone. Count is now at 2-1. Kessel from the stretch, obviously. Gets set for the 2-1 pitch. Off speed that catches the edge of the zone on the back door. Count is now even at 2. A strikeout here would be huge from Warmkessel. And a hit here would be even bigger for the Kings. 2-2 pitch. Hit high in foul territory. A deep shot. If that stayed fair, it would have been one of the biggest hits of the season for the Kings. But
The biggest hit, no doubt about that.
yeah, but remains at a 2-2 count here to Baker. Chris Baker, the lefty, heading to UVA, looking to walk on, steps into the box for another 2-2 count. The pitch from Warmkessel. Inside, count is now full. So walk here would load the bases for David Oliva, who's in the on-deck circle. Alessandro on third, Pogroski on second. And the payoff pitch to Baker. Foul tips that. Remains at 3-2. Baker gets set in the box for another full count. Warmkessel gets his sign. And another payoff pitch. Line hard in the center field. And that's going to drop as Alessandro comes home. And so is Pogroski in a two-run single from Chris Baker as he comes in clutch for the Kings to give him a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th.
What a clutch hit by Chris Baker, the RBI maker, giving the Kings a huge lead and a huge blow to the undefeated run of play by the Blazers here in July. And a huge spot for Jason Hoops, who's in the dugout right now, probably silently cheering because he was in line for the loss, but now in line for the win.
Baker off. That ball is foul as Oliva's in the bat now for his second as bat after coming in defensively for Luke Lesh. Looking to get another run of score position to set up Oliva for an RBI opportunity. The 0-1 pitch from Warmkessel. Swing and miss there at a ball in the dirt by Oliva, and he's now down 0-2. Warmkessel looking to get out of this inning after giving up the 3 runs. Oh, 2 pitches. Baker's off. Line to the shortstop Davis, and he's going to make the 3rd out of the inning to Dom Proieto, but not before the Kings put up 3 runs on an RBI single from Pogroski and a 2-run single from Baker. We'll see if Hoops comes back on to pitch in the 8th inning. I'll be handing over the play-by-play duties to my partner Aaron Arnstein, and we'll be right back here on NJ College Baseball Nation.
And we welcome you back here to NJ College Baseball Nation. The Kings on top of the Blazers after a huge bottom half of the seventh, 3-1. Here we head to the top of the eighth, and a new pitcher on the mound for the Kings, Joey Rappaport.
Yeah, Hoops was dealing today. Only the 3 walks allowed, or the only 3 base runs that came onto the pass for the Blazers. So Hoops will look to, I'm sorry, Rappaport look to continue Hoops' hot start today in this 8th inning.
Rappaport on the season. He's played in 9 games. That's a team lead, or excuse me, second on the team. Started 4 of those, just under 25 innings pitched. And he's 0-2 with 1 save on the season. Pitch. Called for a strike. It's 1-1. Rappaport, an ERA under 3 on the season. Eric Chandler at the plate. Pitch, other part of the plate, called for a strike.
And looking at Rappaport, last 2 appearances have been great. No earned runs in them, and there's 4 innings pitched in those appearances on the mound.
Schallenberger on deck. And the 1-2 grounded over the third. Pokrovsky has Fields throws in time for the out. Five, 3 on the putout. Now Schallenberger at the plate. The Blazers, a 13-game unbeaten streak. They scored 1. The very first hitter of the game came around to score Riley Davis. And the Kings with a 3-run inning in the bottom of the 7th. We're having chaos in the press box. In a very serious game here. This is a huge game for the Kings on the line. And the pitch outside and high in the count 1-0. 1-1, excuse me. Remember, we still do not have a working scoreboard, so us 2 broadcasters are keeping track of the count. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. Strike 2. Rappaport has 27 strikeouts over just over 24 innings pitched this summer. 10 walks. Rappaport's 1-2. Low and outside, the count now even at 2. RJ Huth, the 9-hole hitter, is on deck. And the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. Rappaport's first strikeout of the night, and 2 down here in the top half of the 8th.
In these first 2 batters, Rappaport has looked very good, getting the 2 quick outs, continuing Hoops' great start.
Huth is 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout. He flew out to right field in his last at-bat. The pitch high and out and inside, the count now 1-0. RJ Huth at Chestnut Hill College with a .250 average this season, up high and outside. And 36 games started. The Blazers still looking for their first hit here in the top of the 8th. And the pitch, low and outside. The count 3-0. And the 3-0 on the way. High and outside and a 2-out walk worked by the 9-hole hitter Huth. And this is where it could get dangerous, Jason, with Davis coming up at the plate. One of the better hitters on this Blazers team. The only runner to score today for Quakertown back in the first.
Yeah, Davis with a hit in 8 of the last 10, so definitely looking to keep his hot run here.
Now an 0-1 count. Huth is on first. And a throw back to first. Not in time. Pitch outside now. The runner Huth hung on in between first and second and nearly evades the tag. And it looks like DiMucci tagged him out. So nearly a Houdini act by Huth. He cannot get out of it, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Blazers still hitless in their 13-game unbeaten streak on the line. You're watching NJ College Baseball Nation. And we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The bottom half of the 8th inning is brought to you by Wildflowers Inn with its great upscale menu. Wildflowers Inn on the Pennington Circle at 2572 Pennington Road. Also has a 20% discount if a player is in uniform. Upscale dining and a great atmosphere. Pre-game, post-game, anytime. Check out Wildflowers Inn. A new arm on the mound for the Blazers, John Neild, the right-hander out of Coppin State. He saw time in the NCAA Regional at East Carolina back in the spring. Gave up 6 runs on 6 hits back in June. But he was arguably the team's top reliever. Appeared 19 games, made a pair of starts. And he started the MEAC championship game for the Coppin State Golden Eagles. So Stash Pokrovsky leads things off here in the bottom half of the 8th. First pitch called a strike. Pokrovsky is 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 6th. If you're just joining us, the Blazers put on 1 run in the top half of the first inning. Jason Hoops was excellent, went 7 no-hit innings, struck out 10, both season highs for a Kings pitcher. Joey Rappaport pitched a clean 8th, worked around a 2-out walk. So still a no-hitter for the Kings, currently brewing as we hit to the bottom half of the 8th, when the Kings scored 3 in the bottom half of the 7th, thanks to a huge RBI single to tie it from Pokrovsky, Jared Pokrovsky, and then the 2-run single by Chris Baker, the very next hitter. And the pitch. High strike called. 1-2. And the right-hander's 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Neild gets Pokrovsky to go down swinging.
Crossy coming off that pinch hit home run yesterday. He's gone 0 for 3 today with a walk, so not the best day and not the way to start a hot streak.
Now Joey DiMucci struck out looking in his last at-bat after replacing the third baseman Mike Decker. DiMucci in at second base. First pitch called a strike. And the 0-1 on the way. Fly ball into the alley and right. And that one goes past the diving Fagioni. Schallenberger relays the throw in, and a 1-out double for DiMucci.
I'm sure Rappaport would love some insurance runs here from the Kings. 1 out, so still time for these Kings to add on to their 2-run lead.
Anthony Swenda at the plate. 6 out of the 8 innings, the Kings have had a runner in scoring position. They finally cashed in the home half of the 7th. First pitch, high and tight for ball 1.
Swenda 0 for 2 on a day with a walk. Got to third, but couldn't come around home in that last inning. So he was tagged out on that liner to the pitcher, Wormkessel.
The Kings just ran into so much bad luck earlier in this one. We saw looked like they finally were going to break through in the 6th, and then the ground ball the 7th, the ground ball right back up to the pitcher. At the time, Wormkessel, and he threw out the runner Swenda, as you just mentioned. They finally were able to break through. And the pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. And the 2-strike count. Swung on and missed. Apparently not 2 strikes in the count. Now at 2 strikes. Every game it seems to be something different. Today it's the scoreboard not working. Union Field, we can't get into the press box. And now the 2-strike count is popped up fouled on the first base side. And the 2-strike count outside and low. We believe the count's 2-2. Now throw back to second, diving back safely is Demucci. And the pitch high and tight inside, and the count now full.
Great job flying back here from Swenda, trying to get another runner on for another opportunity to add a run from these Kings.
And the full count. Fouled back, and the count remains full.
Continues to fight. Great at bat here, and very pivotal spot in this game. Despite having a lead, another run would really help Rappaport in that 9th.
You got Davis, Fagioni, and Petrich up in the top half of the 9th. Certainly 3 hitters capable of putting the Blazers right back into this one. Currently down 3-1. The pitch. Off speed, just missing. And I guess now the count is 3-2. I thought that was ball 4. I think Swenda did too. That was ball 4. Ump. That was ball 4. The ump seemed to forget. Me and Jason, the only two who knew the count. Trevor Cohen, who replaced Declusion, back in the 6th, out in left field.
Yeah, struck out of that one at bat that he has here, but hit here could be huge. Add some insurance.
The pitch, high and outside for ball 1. Field is ready with the 1-0. Catches the outer part of the plate, and the count even at 1. Mucci on second, Swenda at first. And the pitch. Right down the heart of the plate. And the count moves to 1-2.
You gotta take advantage of those pitches that are over the plate and hittable. Because now you're down 1-2 and might be forced to swing at a not so great pitch on the edge of the plate.
The 1-2 from Neal. Swung on and missed. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 8th. Bring up Chase Conklin.
Conklin 0 for 3 on a day, reached on a fielder's choice in that last inning and came around to score after reaching.
And the pitch to Conklin. Inside. Neal pitching inside to a lot of these Kings hitters. And the 1-0. Outside, the count 2-0. Neal's pitch. Outside. And the count now 3-0.
If Conklin can walk here and load the bases, Max Alessandro will come at the bat. Could be a very big introduction for the ACBL season if he's able to have a big hit with the bases loaded.
And the 3-0 has the red light. Takes for strike 1. Now a 3-1 count. And the pitch. Called a strike. Conklin already threw his bat towards the home dugout. And now we'll have to go pick it back up. Surprise strike 2 and the count full.
A very inconsistent zone we've seen so far this game. A couple innings, it seems like it's pretty big, extra 2 balls. And then it shrinks a little the next inning. So very inconsistent calls from the home plate up.
And the 3-2. Up high, ball 4, and the bases are now full for Max D'Alessandro.
What a hit would it be to get your first hit here with the bases loaded to increase your lead going into the 9th inning?
Well, we talked about, do the Kings have enough power to stay with the Blazers, who have been the top team in the ACBL all season long? And after a 5-5 tie on Sunday in Game 2, they certainly show they belong with the Blazers at the top of that Wolf division.
Yeah, going 1-1-1 over 3 games would show that this is a very competitive matchup between these two teams, and could be at the pretty much same level, despite the Blazers having a huge lead in the points category in the standings.
Kings could certainly use at least another insurance run or two. And the pitch, called strike. D'Alessandro doesn't like it.
And you gotta swing at that ball. That's right down the middle. Might be a little low, but still a great pitch to swing at right over the plate. Could do a lot with that one.
And the 0-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. And the 0-2 swung on and missed. High heat from the right-hander Nealed. And the Kings strand 3. We'll see if that proves costly. Headed to the 9th. Davis, Fagioni, Petrich up for the Blazers. They look to continue their unbeaten streak in July. And we're headed to the ninth. The Kings currently no hitting the Blazers, but the toughest three guys arguably in their lineup due up to bat. Davis, Fagioni, Petrich. And the pitch inside to Davis, and the count 1-0. The Blazers are coming off a no-hitter. Now threatening to get no hit. The pitch in there for a strike, and the count 1-1.
Davis, the only run to come across home plate for the Blazers today, so definitely trying to be a second one here.
The 1-1. Right down the middle, and the count now 1-2. Of course, Petrich is in the hole. He's yet to reach base today. The pitch. Strike 3 called. Gets away from the catcher. Pokrovsky throws down the first in time. Just in time for out number 1. Fagioni at the plate. He walked back in the 6th.
What better way to come out the pen from Sopizio than striking out the first batter? See if he can continue here.
Sulpizio's pitch. Outside part of the plate, and the count 0-1. Fagioni struck out twice tonight. The 0-1. Sulpizio working quickly, hits him inside. And now the tying run at the plate, and Owen Petrich.
And a definitely scary batter to have at the plate for the tying run. We are in a bigger ballpark, so could be would be a very long hit ball to get out of here. But if there's anyone that could do it, it could be Petrich.
Again, Petrich has reached base every game this season besides today. Can he continue that streak? Also with an, I believe, 16-game hit streak on the line. And Sulpizio's first pitch in there for a strike. Gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Fagioni on first. Dom Proieto, one of their Blazers' better pitchers, is on deck, replacing Hertzler. And the pitch, fly ball into right. Going back is Baker. Gives chase. And it's a fair ball. Into the corner. Rounding second is Petrich. Rounding third is Davis. He will score. Or excuse me, Fagioni rounding third. He scores. And diving into third is Owen Petrich. And we have a one-run ball game.
Just like you said, one of the biggest hitters in the lineup is able to do damage. He does exactly that, bringing the lead now to 1 run for the Kings.
Owen Petrich does his thing. An RBI triple makes it a one-run game. Dom Proieto now at the plate. There's no batting gloves. And the pitch outside, 1-0. One out here in the top of the ninth. And the 1-0. Fouled right behind the plate, and the count 1-1.
Yeah, what a way to end a no-hitter with a triple to bring your team into 1 run within this lead.
And pitch from Sulpizio. Outside. 2-1. And Sulpizio's 2-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Count now 3-1. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. And now the count full. A big pitch here Coming to Proieto. An under 2.50 ERA on the mound this season. Was an all-star. As a pitcher, now a big spot at the plate. The pitch fouled back, and the count remains full.
Strikeout here would be huge for Sulpizio. Would make it so pitcher would have to score on basically the only way is a hit.
Proieto only hitting .240 on the season, swung on and missed. Sulpizio gets the right-hander to go down, swinging for out number 2.
Absolutely huge moment there from Sulpizio. Now 1 out away from closing this inning out for a save.
And Carter Jaggiel represents the final hope for the Blazers in their 13-game Andrew Knoll, excuse me. Once fouled back, giving chase as the third baseman Pokrovsky and outside the play. So Knoll replaced Jaggiela in the 7th, making his first plate appearance. The count now even at 1. So Petrich keeps his on-base streak and hitting streak alive, but the team's unbeaten streak is still in jeopardy. Sulpizio's 1-1. Fly ball into center. Alessandro to his right makes the catch. And the Kings take down the Blazers. The 13-game unbeaten streak is over. The Kings win streak now at 3. And now even more safely ahead in that second position here in the Kaiser in the Wolf division. And a chance for a number 2 seed.
And they had to put us on edge with that triple from Petrus, evening the ball game, but in the end, able to pull through. Great save there from Sulpizio despite that triple, and an absolutely amazing outing from Hoops as he did not give up a hit and only 1 hit total on the game between the 3 pitchers. So 3 runs is not always enough, but when you're pitching like Hoops is, then it's just enough to win the ball game.
What a win for the Kings. And this was the reverse of Sunday night's game 2, when the tying run, or the winning run, was left on third for the Kings. The tying run left on third for the Blazers. And an all-around great performance. Of course, headlined by Jason Hoop's 7 no-hit innings, 10 strikeouts. And Sulpizio getting the job done on the mound, finishing it off with the save. The Kings a 3-2 victory over the Blazers. The winning streak now at 3, and they'll be back in action Sunday for a 12 p.m. doubleheader back here at Moody Park. Or excuse me, they'll be back here Sunday for a 12 p.m. doubleheader, but tomorrow they'll take on the Pilots on the road for a 5 p.m. game. But for now, the Kings continue their win streak and end the unbeaten streak of the Blazers. For Jason O'Connell, I'm Aaron Arnstein. The Kings in a thrilling victory over the Blazers, 3-2 your final. You're watching NJ College Baseball Nation action here.